I'm a diabetic.
I am a diabetic.
I live with diabetes.
I am a type 1 diabetic.
I'm a type 1 diabetic.
I have type 1 diabetes.
I am a type 1 diabetic.
I am a type 2 diabetic.
These are the faces of diabetes. It's a disease that affects nearly 1 in 10 people in the United States, and right now, there is no cure.
It's very individualized how to best take care of diabetes.
Over the last several decades, technology has changed the landscape of care for diabetes.
1, 2, 3.
From continuous glucose monitors.
We have the privilege of serving 425,000 people around the world to help them live better lives. The device is virtually life-proof.
To tubeless insulin pumps.
Once she realized that she wouldn't need all those shots a day, she really started to kind of buy into it.
To mats that help reduce complications.
That's why I use it every day.
And the over century-old specialty diabetes hospital right here in our own backyard is leading the way in research and care.
It's been nothing short of a revolution.
This is Chronicle on WCVB Channel 5.
You may know someone who has diabetes. 37 million people in the United States do. But what exactly is the disease?
Well, diabetes in and of itself, if it's well managed, you can have a very normal, healthy life.
There are 3 types. Gestational, which can happen to women during pregnancy and usually goes away after birth. Type 2, the most common, where the body can't use insulin effectively. And type 1, when the body stops making the hormone insulin entirely.
They need to receive insulin by injection or through an insulin pump every single day for the rest of their lives.
At the Joslin Diabetes Center in Boston, life-changing stories unfold every day.
Joslin is really an all-in-one.
Joslin is a research powerhouse.
So we still don't know in 2024 what causes type 1 diabetes. So there's a lot of research in understanding the immunological mechanisms that causes this condition.
As well as a beacon for diabetes care.
Where it's available, the standard of care is you would like to have an endocrinologist, an adult endocrinologist, or like myself, a pediatric endocrinologist for a child or adolescent. A nurse educator is critical.
One of those pediatric nurse educators is Julia Griffith, a type 1 diabetic herself who understands what patients are going through.
It's really rewarding to be able to help them because I know how important that aspect is firsthand. And I'm now able to share, some of my own experiences with them.
Education is vital to a diabetic's care, from how to check their blood sugar level.
There is a continuous glucose monitor here. This is a small little device that's placed on the body as well. It continuously monitors glucose levels every few minutes and then sends it to a reader where you can see your blood sugar at any time.
To learning about the various options for administering the life-saving drug insulin.
Most people today are using either multiple daily injections of insulin or are benefited by something called an insulin pump, which can deliver insulin continuously.
Figuring out how much insulin to give after eating.
And they basically match their lifestyle, typically the food that they eat, in particular carbohydrates in their food, to the amount of insulin that they're delivering.
Along with troubleshooting and understanding the highs and lows of diabetic life.
And how has diabetes been going for you recently?
Pretty good. I updated my pump and I'm on the G7 now, so it's a lot easier.
For Emma Mastriani, her type 1 diabetes was diagnosed when she was 6 years old.
Tell me about, were you feeling sick? Like, what happened? How did you end up at the doctor?
I was really thirsty, and I had to I drank my water bottle in 1 sip. So it was in the middle of the night. I had to just keep refilling my water bottle.
Extreme thirst, along with other symptoms, raised Emma's parents' concern.
I actually noticed a fruity smell to her breath. It just seemed an unusual breath smell.
The type 1 diabetes diagnosis was unfamiliar. What did this mean for their family and for Emma's future?
And I remember the doctor calling me and I said, oh, does this mean she's gonna need a shot a day? And the doctor goes, she's gonna need a lot of shots a day. And I think at that moment I was like, I know nothing about this.
The family was put through a crash course on how to care for their daughter.
How many shots are we talking about in the beginning like that?
So I would say at least 10 a day.
It's like when the kid gets a flu shot,
but never ending.
But several years later, the disease hasn't stopped Emma, now 10, or even slowed her down.
Still do a lot of stuff.
You do everything.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell. I know you're big into sports.
I enjoy just like dribbling around a soccer ball or shooting on my mini hoop in my bedroom or just like playing soccer anywhere really.
She cares for herself with her parents' help using a continuous glucose monitor and a tubeless insulin pump, living a life like any other child.
She's found a really great support system of kids and friends at school. My main concern was that she would be treated differently because of it, and I haven't seen that happen yet.
Obviously heard a lot about blood sugar and blood glucose levels, and really that's just a measurement of the amount of sugar in your blood.
And for non-diabetics, that number is anywhere between 60 to 100. For diabetics, that target number is between 70 and 180.
All right, coming up, taking diabetes to TikTok.